Most people assume that if you want a framing nailer that doesn't quit, you have to drop a small fortune on the big-name professional brands. But then you pick up something like this VEVOR model, and it makes you wonder why you'd ever pay triple the price for the same job. Right out of the box, the first thing you notice is that it doesn't feel like a cheap toy. It has a solid, industrial weight to it, and the aluminum magazine feels like it could take a beating on a job site without bending or snapping. What's really clever here is how it handles different types of nails. Whether you're grabbing smooth, ring shank, or threaded nails, it just takes them without a fuss. You aren't constantly fighting with the magazine to get things seated right. And speaking of the magazine, it holds about 60 nails, which is plenty for most framing tasks before you have to stop and reload. It's not the largest capacity on the market, sure, but it keeps the tool from feeling like a heavy, awkward club in your hand. Now, the dual trigger mode is where this thing actually gets interesting. You can flip between sequential and contact, firing pretty easily. If you're doing precision work where you need to place every nail exactly right, the sequential mode is your best friend. But when you're just flying through a deck or a wall frame, switching over to contact mode lets you move at a pace that's honestly pretty impressive for a tool at this price point. The depth adjustment is another one of those features that sounds basic, but they nailed the execution. It's a simple wheel you turn by hand, and it actually stays where you set it. You don't have to worry about it vibrating loose after a few dozen shots. If there's a downside, it's that the air consumption can be a little thirsty if you're running it on a smaller pancake compressor. You'll want to make sure your tank is up to the task if you're doing a lot of rapid-fire work, or you might find yourself waiting for the compressor to catch up. Also, while the grip is ergonomic and comfortable enough for a long afternoon, it doesn't have that high-end, vibration-dampening rubber you'd find on a premium tool. Your hand might feel a little more of the kickback by the end of the day. But look, for the price, it's hard to complain. It's got an open nose design, which is a lifesaver when you inevitably get a jam, and it handles the 80 to 120 psi range perfectly. It's a straightforward, no-nonsense piece of gear that does exactly what it says on the box. If you're a DIYer looking to tackle a big project or even a contractor who needs a reliable backup that won't break the bank, this thing is a solid contender. It's not trying to be the fanciest tool in the shed, but it's definitely going to get the framing done without giving you a headache.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.